emotional remarks as a $55 million plan to make PCH safer gets Malibu Planning Commission approval.
It's special election day. Voters in Malibu and across California only have a few more hours to get their vote in on Prop 50. The fight over redistricting pointing out the partisan divide.
It has been almost a year since the Franklin fire tore through Malibu Canyon. Why we may never know the cause of the blaze.
And looking to feel the burn? Meet the father-daughter owners behind Malibu's newest Pilates studio. News at 5 starts now.
Live, all local. Brought to you by the campus of Pepperdine University in Malibu.
A $55 million plan to make PCH less deadly is approved by Malibu's Planning Commission. Good evening, I'm Alexa McGlathry.
And I'm Nina Fife. Welcome to NewsWaves. After an intense and emotional meeting last night, 4 of the 5 commissioners agreed on the Caltrans plan that adds sidewalks, bike lanes, and streetlights to a stretch of the highway. One sticking point in the discussion was a sidewalk in front of Pepperdine University. That's where Emma Martinez is live with more on the plan. Emma?
That's right, Nina. It definitely was emotional. And one of those key topics, like you said, was the sidewalk here in front of Alumni Park, connecting John Tyler Drive to Malibu Canyon Road.
A 4-to-1 vote from the Planning Commission said yes to a development permit, which will put $55 million towards safety improvements on PCH.
Motion carries. Thank you.
The plan includes repaving, a continuous bike lane, increased lighting, and sidewalks. Pepperdine alumna Bridget Thompson says this motion could prevent others from losing their best friends or loved ones on the roadway, like she did a little over 2 years ago.
This isn't just a planning item or another project. It's a $55 million chance to save lives.
Thompson's comment moved Planning Commissioner Marnie Kamens to change her mind.
You know, you said, imagine if this was your best friend or your family member, and I did.
This plan did not go through without opposition.
Whoever votes yes has some responsibility that they abdicated to a situation that could have been better and could have saved lives.
Planning Commissioner John Meza was the only member to vote no. 2 of the main points of contention were a sidewalk in front of Alumni Park and an increase of lighting in western Malibu. Pepperdine Senior Vice President and Chief Operating Officer told the commissioners that the LA County Sheriff's Department says the sidewalk would increase the amount of people walking on PCH,
which would reduce rather than improve safety.
Officials say removing the sidewalk from the plan could complicate things.
There is a potential that some of the funding could be at jeopardy.
Many residents say they are concerned about increased street lighting taking away from the rural feel of western Malibu.
Western Malibu is one of the few places left in Los Angeles County where you can still see the stars and experience true darkness at night.
Caltrans took this concern into consideration after the last Planning Commission meeting and reduced the streetlight installation from 46 to 26. The commission's vice chair said she is not comfortable negating Caltrans' safety studies.
I cannot, with good conscience, tell Caltrans that does this as a profession that they're wrong and I know better.
This recommendation from the Planning Commission will now go to City Council to make a final decision. Reporting live from Alumni Park, I'm Emma Martinez, NewsWaves 32.
Thank you so much, Emma, for that important update. Voters have just under 3 hours to get their ballots in for California's special election. NewsWaves 32 reporter Kiyomi Ware is out at Malibu's main voting center. How's the turnout been, Kiyomi?
Thank you, Alexa. Today, voters in Malibu and across the states are casting their ballots in a statewide special election. We are in City Hall, Malibu's main voting center, where poll workers say it has been a steady flow of voters. In this ballot is Prop 50, a proposition that aims to replace California's current congressional district maps with new legislatively drawn maps. If the measure passes, the new map will be used in the 2026 midterm elections. But if it fails, the existing map drawn by the California Citizens Redistricting Commission will stay in place till the 2030 elections. The special election was officially called on August 21st by Governor Gavin Newsom when he signed the Senate Bill number 280, which set the election date and the procedures. People voting say it is important to make your voice heard.
And it is so important for the community to get out and vote. Whatever your vote is, your voice should be heard.
Prop 50 aims to address concerns about redistricting fairness to ensure that California has an even playing field. Under the proposed lines, Democrats could gain up to 5 seats in the U.S. House of Representatives. If the measure is passed, the Republicans' 9 seats in the House could likely be reduced by 5. Mail-in ballots must be postmarked by today and received by the LA County Elections Office by November 12th. All in-person voters have about 3 hours to get their ballots in, as voters close at 8 p.m. Thank you, guys. Back to the studio. I'm Kiyomi Marie.
Thank you so much, Kiyomi. Proposition 50 is the only item on the special election ballot. The Republicans call it a Democratic Party power grab. Democrats say it is necessary to fight Republican redistricting in Texas. Pass or fail, what happens to our democracy once the results are in? Coming up in the show, leaders of Pepperdine's political clubs will weigh in.
Arson investigators still have not found a definite cause for last winter's Franklin fire. The fire tore through Malibu last December, destroying 20 houses in the Sarah Retreat neighborhood and damaging 20 other Malibu homes. Councilmember Steve Ehring claims he has evidence that a homeless camp may have been the source of the fire. But the fire department does not have evidence of this claim. As for right now, LA County Fire Chief Drew Smith said the fire has an undetermined cause of ignition.
And the Malibu Public Safety Commission meets tomorrow to conduct its annual review of services from the LA County's Sheriff Department, Fire Department, and lifeguards. New crime data shows that Malibu recorded 0 homicides this year, and there were no reported rapes in the first 6 months of 2025. Robberies, burglaries, and grand theft auto were all down compared to 2024 in the first 6 months of 2025. The fire department, as we know, was busy responding to 56 fires, including the Broad Fire, Franklin Fire, and Palisades Fire. The Public Safety Commission meets tomorrow at 5 for this review.
Detectives are still trying to identify a victim who was struck on PCH 3 months ago. The victim, seen here at UCLA Ronald Reagan Medical Center, was badly injured when they were struck by a car near the Carbon Beach Fire Station in late September. Sheriffs say the driver was legally driving in a traffic lane when the pedestrian appeared out of the darkness. The driver has not been publicly identified, but is reported to be a Malibu area teenager.
The new numbers are out from Malibu's People Concern outreach team. In September, the team made contact with 64 people experiencing homelessness in the area, with 12 of these people never being contacted before. 59 of the people contacted are living on the streets, and 5 of them are in permanent or temporary housing. 32 of these people are currently declining help. Since 2017, Malibu has partnered with the People Concerned to provide a 3-person team working daily on the streets to connect people to housing and support.
SMMUSD is hosting a free food support program for all district families this week. The district is aiming to support families after a possible funding lapse for the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, also known as SNAP. Each family can receive 1 bag per child in their household. The program will take place in the Santa Monica High School parking lot from 4 to 5 p.m. until November 7th. Crews have reached a new phase at the Wallace-Annenberg Wildlife Crossing.
The progress that's bringing wildlife one step closer to safely moving through the Santa Monica Mountains.
Malibu is preparing for a potential price increase in one essential: water. How the LA County Waterworks District's new plan may affect residents.
From academics to student life, Malibu Middle and High School is set to undergo major new developments. What this project is offering students.
Well, Thomas, you've got prediabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Got a quarter?
We have new drone video with Caltrans giving us a bird's eye view of a major milestone for the Wallace-Annenberg Wildlife Crossing. Native plants are now being planted on the structure. After collecting over 1 million seeds from the nearby hills and growing thousands of seedlings for 3 years, crews are now transplanting them on top of the crossing. This marks a big step in the phase 2 of the project and advances habitat restoration efforts. The Wallace-Annenberg Wildlife Crossing is on track to be finished by the end of next year.
Join the City of Malibu this Thursday to learn about rising sea levels. The city is partnering up with USC Sea Grant for an Urban Tides beach walk Thursday morning. Urban Tides is a community science effort that documents tidal lines, beach erosion, coastal flooding, and more changing coastal conditions. The event will take place from 8:30 to 10:30 at Point Dume State Beach. The second supermoon of the year is coming soon.
Yes, and Amy is here with updates on what weather we can expect to see this week. Amy?
Yes, thank you. Definitely look outside tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's supermoon will be one of the closest ones this year. Supermoons hang low and appear big and bright on the horizon, especially just right after sunset. This November supermoon will be the second out of 3 this year. The next supermoon arrives exactly 1 month on December 4th. Now with this supermoon brings higher tides. The National Weather Service reports a high surf advisory being in effect 7 a.m. Thursday to 2 p.m. Friday for beaches in Ventura. The strong currents will be breaking waves of 5 to 8 feet, and a coastal flood advisory will be in effect from 4 a.m. Thursday to 2 p.m. Friday with minor coastal flooding expected. Now taking a look at temperatures in our surrounding area, we see as Santa Monica has a high of 65 degrees and a low of 56 degrees. Inland we see similar temperatures in Thousand Oaks and Agora Hills with highs of 72 to 75 degrees and lows of 50 to 51 degrees. Calabasas reached a high of 77 degrees today and will drop to 52 degrees later on tonight. For Malibu, it peaked today at 65 degrees and it will cool down later with 54 degrees. As for the fire threat in Malibu, it is currently at a low. And for the surf conditions at Malibu's first point, it is fair to good, reaching 2 to 3 foot waves today. However, tomorrow it will be Port Affair with 1 to 2 foot waves. Looking ahead at the remainder of this week, we see as tomorrow it is expected to have some clouds in the morning with a high of 67 degrees and a low of 54 degrees. Thursday we see it's going to be mostly sunny with a high of 72 and a low of 56 degrees. For Friday, we see it reach a high of 79 degrees and drop to a low of 57. And Saturday, we'll get some sunshine with a high of 78 degrees during the day and a low of 58 during the night. Now, with more information on today's election and Proposition 50, I'll toss it to Nina at the wall with 2 Pepperdine Political Club presidents. Nina?
Thanks, Amy. California voters are heading to the polls for a special election today, with Proposition 50 as the only measure on the ballot. Joining us live are Audrey Reesbeck from the College Republicans Club and Anaya Smith from the College Democrats Club to discuss what this measure could mean for voters and how their parties view it. Audrey, we'll start. Can you please explain Prop 50 to me? What is the Republican Party's stance on this prop?
The Republican Party's stance on this prop is to vote no. In 2010, voters approved the Voters First Act for California, which established the Independent California Citizens Redistricting Commission. And so Proposition 50 was working to suspend that in favor of partisanly drawn maps by California's Democrat supermajority in Sacramento.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Anaya, tell me how the Democratic Party is viewing this prop differently.
Well, the Democratic Party is calling voters to vote yes. It is a reaction to the election rigging that is going on in Texas and other Republican states. Their opinion is that it is not fair to have the Republican Party redistrict other states and for the Democrats to sit idly by. This is a way for us to stop election rigging and for the voters to have their own voice, especially in the upcoming midterms.
Audrey, what is at stake here with this proposition?
This affects California citizens so much, especially so right now with the Independent Commission, they look at communities of interest, and they will not do that in the legislature. Right now, there are rural districts that are specifically grouped together to favor these agricultural districts, and if this proposition passes, these rural districts will be grouped in with wealthy communities that are on the Bay Area, and that's going to very much they're going to be misrepresented by these new districts, and they are not going to have their voices heard in Congress with matters such as like their agriculture or water usage or this general rural community interests, as well as communities of color. Communities of color are being divided by this because the number of cities right now it's going to be doubled, split. The number of cities that's going to be split is going to be doubled in this proposition.
Thank you so much. Anaya, when Californians are heading to the polls to vote, what should they know about Prop 50 that can affect them personally?
I think that they should know that this is a temporary measure. This is for the California people to help not only their local constituents, but also their national constituents as well. We want the representation in Congress to be an actual reflection of the Democratic and California state. And so I believe that these voters should know that this is temporary and that it's not going to impact anything for them outside of before the next census. So everybody should keep in mind that this is to help California voters and it's not to harm them.
Awesome. Thank you both so much for joining us here. Polls close tonight at 8 p.m., so there's still time to go out there and cast your ballot. But for now, Alexa, back to you at the desk.
Thank you so much, Audrey and Anaya and Nina. Your contributions to the Pepperdine Political Science Department is vital, so thank you again so much for being here. And in more Malibu news, Malibu residents could soon see some higher water bills. LA County Waterworks is proposing rate hikes through 2030. Average water bills for Malibu customers could go up $83 next year and as much as $170 total over the next 5 years. The rate increases are due to inflationary pressures and are needed to pay for infrastructure. The County Board of Supervisors will review the plan on December 16th. District 29 customers can participate in a webinar tomorrow evening at 6:30 or an open house this Saturday in Malibu on the proposed increases. All of Malibu is being asked to conserve water tonight through Tuesday during system repairs. And the SMMUSD meets this Thursday in Malibu. And on the agenda, millions in funding for Phase 2 of the Malibu Middle and High School campus project. This next phase adds 40,000 square feet of new facilities, including a middle school hub with a media lab and wellness center, a new gym with an ocean view deck, and an aquatics complex featuring a 40-meter pool and locker rooms. Construction is expected to begin June 2026. And we won't back down from the celebrity home that was just sold in Malibu.
More on an iconic singer's home that is officially off the market.
In the mood for something new, we're ready to shuck and roll. A look at the new Malibu restaurant in the Cross Creek Ranch.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Got a quarter?
What are you, superheroes?
Just four brothers who hate bullies and love this city. Gear up, guys.
Welcome back. A tasty new seafood restaurant just found its home in Malibu. Clark's Oyster Bar opened its newest location at Cross Creek Ranch. It's the 6th location for the Austin, Texas-based chain, and it's first in Malibu. After an eight-month delay caused by the Palisades fire, Malibu residents are looking forward to dining at the new restaurant.
Walked in earlier this morning. I've just been like tooling around all morning, and it just looked like new and curated and shiny and clean, and I'm excited to try it out.
Clark's is most known for oysters, lobster rolls, crab cakes, and rockfish, and other seafood dishes. They have a happy hour every Monday through Friday from 3 to 5 p.m. with 50-cent oyster shooters and half off on some of their most popular dishes. Clark's is open every day from 11:30 to 9 p.m.
A local family is helping the city reshape after the fires. Catherine Lytle introduces us to the father-daughter duo behind Malibu Colony Pilates.
Malibu Colony Pilates is a 3-generation-owned Pilates studio in Malibu. Paul Joseph wants to give back to his community that he's been a part of for so long through his studio.
My family's been here since 1975, so we've all grown up here.
Joseph emphasizes the importance of the family feeling of Malibu.
I go back to the family, the community, and all that stuff, and I think that's what Malibu needed, so that's what really got me excited about it.
Paul Joseph and his daughter Haley wanted to open a studio that was centered around the lifestyle of most Malibu residents.
I feel like Malibu specifically, we're just always health and wellness centered and whatever is good for your mind and body, and Pilates really centers itself around that.
There have been many Pilates studios popping up all over Malibu, and one of them is Malibu Colony Pilates. They are more than excited to contribute to the community's overall health and well-being.
You also are super mentally stimulated because you are doing different moves every day, and it's not like you're just on a bike and cycling for an hour. We have these beautiful reformers where you kind of get to use them to, I don't know, their maximum abilities.
The physical aspect of Pilates is just as important as the mental state that it promotes.
I think because the movements are slow, you're immediately like tapped into your psyche almost, and not in a way where you're thinking about your life. It's almost like everything clears because you're so focused on moving slowly and like being connected with your body. It immediately connects you with your mind.
It is a workout that can help you unwind and recenter yourself.
Pilates is so nice because it's good for your mental, like mind, body, soul. It's like a whole experience. And when you have like a busy schedule or you're doing a lot of things, it's like an hour to yourself that you get to recoup.
With new studios popping up all over Southern California and Malibu, this isn't just a fad.
It's a lifestyle. And yeah, sure, it started off as a trend because everything does. But it's not a trend. This is a way of life.
Malibu Colony Pilates is open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. every weekday and 9 to noon on the weekends.
One iconic Malibu home was just sold. Another is finally up for sale after its property was burned in the Palisades fire. Clementine is here with more details.
Yes, thank you. Late rock legend Tom Petty's Malibu home has sold for $11.2 million. The free-fallen singer bought the 2.6-acre property back in 1998 for about $3.75 million. Petty called the Ocean View estate home for nearly 30 years, up until his passing in 2017. The gated property, perched above Escondido Beach, has now been sold to author Stephen Slade Tien. The site of David Foster and Yolanda Hadid's Malibu mansion hits the market for just under $12 million. The celebrity couple purchased the 3.25-acre estate back in 2007 for $4.5 million. The home, however, was lost in last year's Palisades fire. Now, one lucky buyer has the chance to rebuild their own Ocean View dream home on the gated property. A fall celebration met community service through Shemesh Farm's annual Pumpkin Smash. The Shalom Institute brought the community together for Mitzvah Day, or a day of service. Entry was free, but donations of food, clothing, and pumpkins were much appreciated. Participants learned how to break down and compost pumpkins and participated in fun activities for all ages, including yoga and live music. Shemesh Farm's products and fresh fall treats were also enjoyed by visitors. Volunteers say it is important to give back, especially during the holiday season. The Santa Monica Pier lit up the night with their 6th annual Dia de los Muertos family celebration. Saturday night was filled with festivities and remembrance. The historic merry-go-round building hosted public art installations honoring the Day of the Dead. Locals were invited to place photos of their loved ones who have passed on a shared altar, contributing to a beautiful community tribute. The evening ended with festive face painting, lively mariachi performances, and finally, a performance by All the Vibes Band.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that report, Clem. Glad to see all the fall festivities continuing, especially as we go from Halloween to Thanksgiving and all the rest in between.
Of course. It's been such a fun weekend.
Seriously, and let's talk about those homes for a second. I mean, what beautiful homes they were. It just sucks that they're so expensive.
I want to wait for the day that I can be in there and afford it.
Yes, exactly.
Maybe they're doing an open house we can get into.
Ooh, yeah, let's go check that out.
Thanks, Clem.
Thank you.
And new season, new energy. The Waves basketball team hit the court against Life Pacific.
We'll show you the highlights from the home opener that set the tone.
And the Macy's Parade is back. We'll have a sneak peek at the giant balloons and star-studded lineup next.
Well, Thomas, you've got prediabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Got a quarter?
Welcome back. Pepperdine Waves basketball is back in action. Catherine is here with an update in sports. Catherine?
Yes, Pepperdine men's basketball had their season opener last night. Pepperdine beat Life Pacific at home 88-80. The Waves set the pace early with a quick transition offense and strong offensive boards. They showed a deep bench with constant substitutions and a pretty even stat line throughout the roster. However, the leading scorers were Aaron Clark, Javon Cooley, and Pavli Stosic. Pepperdine now hits the road for a challenge at UCLA this Friday. And Pepperdine student athletes balance practices, classes, and competition every day on Wednesday nights. Many of them step away from the pressure to gather at Jordan Holmes Athlete Chapel. The night focuses on community, faith, and encouragement. It's a space where athletes can reset and remember what grounds them.
My prayer is that the student athletes will just know how loved they are by Jesus, how much their identity is as sons and daughters of Jesus are rooted solely in that.
For many athletes, that message offers relief from performance pressure. It reminds them they are more than their stats and results. Athlete Chapel continues to grow each year, impacting teams across campus and helping Waves find purpose beyond the game.
Thank you so much, Catherine. And it's so amazing to see the Pepperdine student athletes are honestly a part of what makes Pepperdine so special. And it's just fantastic that they have a chapel to celebrate them and to de-stress from sports and school as well. Quite amazing.
Yeah, it's really great what Jordan Holmes is doing here.
I like seeing the success both in the chapel, in the classroom, and obviously on the court. Men's basketball kicked off yesterday, but the women are playing right now at Cal State Fullerton. So excited to see how they start their season off.
Yes,
me too.
Thanks, Catherine.
With Halloween over, now on to Thanksgiving. Macy's is bringing new characters to their balloon lineup at their 99th annual Thanksgiving parade. The parade is set for Thursday, November 27th, and the New York City volunteers for the test run in the New Jersey gave a sneak peek to some balloons, including Mario, Pac-Man, and Shrek. These balloons are as tall as 3 or 4-story buildings. This year's parade will have 5 new balloons in the lineup. You can view the new and classic balloons before the parade at Macy's.com.
You know, actually, Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays, and it started because of the Macy's Day Parade.
I'm hoping to see a Labubu balloon this year.
I want a Labubu, and I'm excited to eat once the parade is over.
And you know what's after the parade? The dog show.
Best day of the year.
Best day of the year.
That will do it for us this evening.
Have a great night.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1,000,000. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Es ist gut, geht nur wieder.